Oh shit. I just kicked my own ass. What does it mean when your ears pop after you exercise? Because my ears are popping. I don't know what that means. My ears are popping. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh shit. It's like when you yawn in the morning and your ears are popping or something, or like there's water in them. I don't understand. It's weird. But it was like right after I started doing sit-ups and stuff, and now, yeah, my head feels weird. My ears are popping. I also did some bridges, some London bridges, and my big ass holding a London bridge, it definitely came tumbling down. My London bridge fell down. It fell the fuck down. Oh my gosh. Doing them bridges. Oh, I feel hungover. I feel really, really hungover. I can't even Anyways, so I woke up and I'm trying this new recipe, and it requires about 30 grams of protein, Greek yogurt, scoop of protein, and some blueberries and blackberries and flax seeds and walnuts, and it's supposed to be sugar free. But you see, I did that, and then I started my routine. I think I did 30 bridges alone, and then I did 50 more bridges with a 12-pound dumbbell on my waist. And then I did 50 more bridges with a 15 dumbbell on my waist. Oh, I don't know if they're called dumbbells, they're weights, you know. And then I had done some squats. I did some squats. I did 10 frog squats alone, and then I did 10 more frog squats with a 12-pounder, and then I moved on to a 15-pound, and I started doing squats with 15 pounds. I did 30 squats with a 15-pounder, and I haven't even worked up to it. I just ripped into it. It kicked my ass. It kicked my ass, everybody. It hurt. And then I did 15 more squats alone. And then it was easy. And then I think I did 15 or 20 more squats with the 12-pounder. And after that, I was done. I was like, I can't do this no more. After that, I started to feel weird. I started to feel lightheaded. I turned my head this way. I breathe in, I turn my head that way. And I breathed in, I inhaled and exhaled, and I'm like, I feel drunk. I feel like I'm drunk or high or something. This is crazy. And ever since then, I've been feeling like weird like that, like kind of lightheaded, and my ears pop. And now I'm outside. I'm trying to do like a 30-minute walk to go get my coffee. My cup of coffee that has carcinogens in it. Oh, excuse me. Oh. But I'm on my way to go get some coffee with the carcinogens in it and you know, all the other bad stuff they have in it. But it's so tasty and delicious, you know. Sure, I'll poison myself. Everything causes fucking cancer, dude. I mean, what are we gonna do now? Everything causes cancer. What are we supposed to do? Like pick and peel everything apart before we eat it? Like, there's just no way out. Okay, we're all gonna get old, and we all fall under some sort of illness or terminal illness, and we age and we die. You can't escape death. I mean, I'm not trying to like kill myself on purpose, but I mean, we live in a world where there's products and consumerism around us, and they put stuff in it, and we can't do anything about it but drink and eat it. But anyways, I will have to just deal with it when I get home. Yeah, I'll just deal with it when I get home. I don't know. Now, I did have a dream last night, and I know I started these videos talking about my dreams, but you know, ever since I started putting my dreams on the spotlight, it's like my memory bank. It's like my memory bank and my dreams are just like, oh, you want us to entertain the camera for you? Psych. So now, you know, when I'm trying to remember my dreams, I don't remember them as much. I think because I'm paying so much attention to them, now my dreams are just, they're not really coming to my attention as much as they do. You know, when I'm not really paying too much attention or giving too much energy into my dreams, I remember them the most. But oh my goodness, I have this weird fucking dream, and I think it's a reoccurring dream that I have now. And now that I'm remembering this dream, I think that I may have like revisited this like portal, or this like alternate reality of a dream that I've had before, and it included one of my older sisters. And in this dream I had, this universe that I was in, it looked like Silent Hill. It looked like Silent Hill, and there was like a big garage, or like a big industrial looking garage. Almost like this one, this really nice one that I'm in front of. But just imagine it, you know, galvanized and covered in rust and poo-poo and caca and spiderwebs and shit. But this Silent Hill sort of dream I had, my sister, my oldest sister, was in it. And my older sister, she likes white people so much. She loves white people. She likes them so much. She had a white baby. I mean, she grew up with a white father. So the math, it's in the math equation, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Now, she likes white people so much that she just naturally gravitates toward them, and she has all kinds of friends. Yeah, she's adapted herself into I don't know, the white culture, the sandwiches, the mayonnaise, the camping trips, the fishing, I don't know, the country white potato bread. She loves that shit. She'd be rolling in that dough. She'd be rolling in that dough, you know what I mean, metaphorically. So long story short, in the dream, I think that she has a couple of white friends, white male counterparts of hers that she's very close to. And in the dream, they were in the dream with her. And basically, her two white male friends owned this like Silent Hill looking warehouse. I'm gonna call it the Silent Hill warehouse, okay? They owned this Silent Hill warehouse, and she was in there, and there was like multiple floors and decks and lofts inside of this warehouse, and it was all condemned and shit. You remember Silent Hill? I want you to envision Silent Hill, like what it looked like inside those buildings. And one of the buildings, or one of the floors, it was kind of like cyberpunk or steampunk. It was kind of like steampunk, and there was technology. It was kind of like technology from like a long time ago, like the 90s or early 2000s, and it was all covered in soot and rust, but the LCD screens worked, the little typing keyboards worked. Sorry, I got a full stomach. And I'm starting to burp. Okay, hold on. Oh, I feel a little dizzy. Hold on. I think I need some water. Give me a break. Hold on. Y'all give me a break. I need some water. It's a cool backpack. Everyone in my high school had that kind of backpack. Everyone had a fucking Galaxy backpack or Galaxy leggings with pizza and cats. You guys remember that? I'm passing by someone's residential house right here, okay? You gotta be courteous of other people's homes. Sometimes that's a home for some people. I'm trying to drink my water. I'm drinking water with chia seeds and lemon. I'm gonna try it out. It's really good. It's really refreshing. Tastes quite scrumptious if you ask me. But it ain't the only tasty thing around here. So basically, continuing on with the dream that I had. So I was inside this warehouse, and I was on one of the floors, like one of the lofts. And there was like lots of metal, like recycled metal and hardware, like scattered all over the place. And there was like these circular discs. These like circular discs, like they look like saucers, but they had something hollow in the center of the saucer or the disc, like something went inside of there. They're stacked up on top of each other, like kind of creating the effect or the look of a staircase. And I was sitting on one of them, and I was kind of like teetering around, like trying to balance on top of it. And I was looking down at this black computer screen. This black computer screen with like a fluorescent yellow, chartreuse, green kind of computer screen. You know, the old school LCD screens? They were kind of green. They had like black digital pixelated lettering. That's like the kind of computer screen that it had. It was almost like a cyberdeck or something. I didn't understand. But I was like sitting on top of all these like recycled metal, like this junk metal pile, and they looked like discs, and they were like stacked on top of each other like a staircase. And the balance, the way they were like sitting on top of each other, they were kind of like towering almost towards the ceiling. And I was sitting on top of them for some reason. And when I was sitting on top of them, it wasn't stable. I was kind of like teetering back and forth on it, like it was about to collapse over. And I was looking at this LCD screen. And then I see my sister down below. And she's looking at the computer screen like she's trying to figure out something on the computer. Like typing some stuff in it. She's like, and it's funny because in real life, my sister's a coder. She's into tech and all that shit. But I've never seen her work, but like in the dream I seen her working on the computer. She looked like she was like really focused in on something on this like cyberdeck, and she's trying to type something in it, but she's trying to be secretive, and I understand what she's being secretive about. But she looked up at me and she goes like, shh. And like when she, and I knew it was my sister because when she did that and she turned her head back towards the computer, she has such long hair, and like her hair just like covered her as she was typing on the computer. And I think that because I watched Silent Hill recently, that's why this dream I had like kind of played a role in all that stuff. Like I've actually been communicating with my sister about career related stuff to do with the tech industry, and user experience, user interface design, and things of that nature. I've been talking to her about some of those things, and I also just watched the movie Silent Hill. So I think those two play a factor in why I had this dream. But it's just a crazy like imagination I have, I guess. It's just really crazy like what the brain does like with imagery and like cinematography. Now, my sister, after my sister did that, she was like talking to me telepathically. She wasn't talking to me like verbally. She was communicating with me telepathically, and she's basically telling me that she does not want her guy friend, I guess, to know that we are there and that we are on one of the lofts, like one of the staircases, or one of the floors in his warehouse. And she was almost like afraid of him. Like what she was telling me telepathically was that she's afraid of him. She's scared that he's gonna find her, and that she's scared that he will find the both of us there, and that like she's trying to be really secretive about it. Like she doesn't want to be found. She does not want him to find us, and or to know that we're there. And I couldn't put together like why in the dream, like why that was happening. And let me breathe for a minute. I'm talking too much. Oh, talking is exhausting. Oh, I need a break. Give me a break. This is exhausting. Oh my Lord, I'm tired. I'm gonna have to cut this video short in a little bit here because I gotta place my coffee order. I need my carcinogens and my decaf coffee, okay? My carcinogen coffee, I'm needed. And I need my my asbestos breakfast sandwich. Is that what else they're saying? There's asbestos in the breakfast sandwiches there? carcinogens and all this weird other stuff that's in the coffee. I don't know, it tastes damn good. I'm gonna keep having it. Sorry. All right, I think I'm back to normal. So that was a dream. I was inside this like condemned rustic Shut up. Everyone's got to have a fucking guard dog in LA. So I was in this like condemned rustic warehouse, and it looked like a junkyard filled with like metal and soot, and everything was like charcoal, black and gray and rusted. And different floors in this warehouse just had random like junk metal and different pieces of like technology, like really old age technology, and it had like pieces of cyberdecks and these random LCD screens and kind of like makeshift computers, makeshift monitors sitting around in the room. And it was very apocalyptic. And in the dream, my sister, it seemed like she was under like imprisonment under her white counterparts. Why I call them a white counterpart is because they're her friends. Obviously they're her friends. Some of them are friends of friends, but I think that she's been put in positions before by her white friends where she felt like she had to politically, where she politically had to water herself down. And she had to make herself small to fit under and around them, because in order for her to survive, she had to put her personal beliefs and her personal feelings aside to survive. And the only way she could do that was finding survival and finding resources under, you know, a certain group of people in society that always seems to have the upper hand and financial stability and financial security. And this dream just kind of pointed out, like, I think there's a lot of people that do that, a lot of women, a lot of men, especially a lot of queer people, black trans women, black queer men, queer Latinos, that often, like, they want out of their upbringing, they want out of their hostile environments or the realities that they face because of their demographic, because of their sexuality. They find themselves having to find comfort and finding financial stability and financial security through the upper hand, through whiteness. And I'm not saying that every time or every person that they do this with, that it's for money or that it's for, you know, specifically for that, or that they're being forced. You know, people definitely have what's it called? I mean, I shouldn't forget what this word is. It's so bad. I mean, consent. I think that people are definitely, you know, they're consensual today, but I also think that the consent is also being driven and influenced and motivated by environmental factors that, like, no one else has any control over besides who they think has the upper hand, or who they think has security and is in good standing and in good position. And not a lot of people have that. Not a lot of people have a head start. Even the ones that don't have a head start, if they want to start over, if they want to, you know, start something of their own, there it's possible for them to work and do that. You know, for people like blacks and Latinos and people of color, You know, we can work towards what we want. We could work really hard, but we're not given always like a reward for our hard work. Sometimes the bones and blood and sweat and tears, we get like the bare minimum for it. We don't even get a reward. We get half a fucking reward. We get like a fraction of the fucking reward. And sometimes the work that we do, we don't get like credited for it. But I'm not trying to get political, but I mean, fuck it. This dream I had, it goes really, really deep. And the dream I had last night, I basically went back to this like alternate reality, and I went back to this alternate reality, and I felt that the same thing was happening. Like, my sister was there, and she was still in that alternate universe of the apocalypse, and she was having to find comfort and safety and stability, like under somebody that often might have had her feeling scared or intimidated, or that she felt like she had to hide part of herself from. And so I check in on my sisters when I can, but I don't know. It's very, very complex. But anyways, that's my interpretation of the dream that I had. I don't really remember other parts of the dream that I had. That was like a chunk of the dream that I had. And I mean, I tried to create visuals for, you know, whoever's watching and listening. But I had another dream that was similar to this, that had to do with something that was a little bit on the industrial apocalyptic side, and I'll have to talk about it soon, because the dream was so intense, and the dream like pulled at my heartstrings so hard that I remember every bit and piece of this dream. And it's from like my early 20s, and I'm hitting my mid 30s now. Anyways, I'm on my way to go get my carcinogen coffee, and I'm gonna end the video now. All right, bye-bye. I found this outside. It's a coat rack, some sort of coat hanger. What a very cute coat hanger this is. He also hooks on this thing. Like, how beautiful is that? You know, my boyfriend, he always talked about wanting one of these. I'm not sure if I should take it home. It really is nice. Like, damn. All right.